It has officially happened. After 6 long years, Castiel is finally back in Supernatural, and for fans of the Winchester universe, this is the kind of announcement that instantly brings back chills, nostalgia, and pure excitement. Ever since the final season ended, fans have been waiting for any real sign that one of the franchise's most beloved characters would return in an official news story. Now that wait is finally over, because Misha Collins' legendary fallen angel is officially returning in a brand new Supernatural spin-off comic special. And yes, Dean and Sam Winchester are right there with him. What makes this even more exciting is that this is not just another random comic release. This is Castiel's official comic debut, something that surprisingly has never happened before in the long history of Supernatural's expanded stories. While the ongoing Dynamite comic series has been taking fans back to the early Monster of the Week era between seasons 1 and 2, that timeline naturally made it impossible for Castiel to appear, because fans know he didn't make his first TV appearance until season 4. That's exactly why this new special feels so huge. It finally gives one of the most iconic characters in the franchise his own spotlight. And honestly, it feels long overdue. The special is titled Supernatural Special, Castiel #1. And from everything revealed so far, it sounds like it captures the absolute best elements of classic supernatural storytelling. The story begins with Castiel facing something we rarely associate with him: uncertainty. For years, Castiel has always been the symbol of absolute faith, divine duty, and unwavering purpose. He was the angel who raised Dean from hell, the being who often acted with cosmic confidence even when chaos surrounded the Winchesters. But now the special flips that certainty on its head. This time, Castiel is suddenly dealing with deep doubts about his faith, his mission, and perhaps even his connection to the brothers themselves. That alone is already enough to make this story feel emotionally powerful. Whenever Supernatural explored Castiel's internal conflict, it often created some of the show's most memorable and emotionally layered moments. Seeing that same idea return here instantly makes this comic feel more meaningful than a simple monster hunt. And speaking of the hunt, the setup sounds absolutely perfect for old-school fans. Castiel follows Sam and Dean to Gainesville, Florida, where a chaotic weekend is underway. Music fans, sports crowds, frat parties, packed concerts, and total madness fill the city. But wherever Castiel goes, the Winchesters are always one step ahead, already tracking the monsters in the area before he even arrives. That detail alone feels so true to the trio's dynamic. Because if there's one thing longtime fans know, it's that Castiel's best moments often came from his well-meaning but slightly awkward attempts to help Sam and Dean, only for his presence to somehow make things even more chaotic. Whether it was his literal interpretations, his socially clueless entrances, or the way Dean constantly reacted with frustration and disbelief, Castiel's help often became part of the problem in the most entertaining way possible. This special seems to lean directly into that formula. Picture it: Castiel arriving at a loud concert, trying to trace supernatural activity, only to realize the Winchesters already solved the clue and moved on. Then he rushes to a frat party, expecting answers, only to discover Sam and Dean were there minutes earlier. The constant near misses create a sense of momentum, mystery, and even comedy that feels perfectly aligned with the show's golden years. And then comes the big payoff. Eventually, Castiel and the Winchesters finally converge on the same monster case, forcing them to work together. But the biggest question the synopsis raises is whether Castiel will actually help the mission or accidentally get in the way. That uncertainty is exactly the kind of classic supernatural tension fans love. Because this franchise was never just about killing monsters. It was about character chemistry. And few relationships in the series were as iconic as Dean's frustrated bond with Castiel, Sam's more analytical understanding of him, and Castiel's desperate need to prove himself useful to the brothers. Bringing that dynamic back instantly taps into everything fans loved about seasons 4 through 6 in particular. What makes this even more collectible is the photo variant covers featuring Misha Collins as Castiel and Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki as Dean and Sam. For hardcore fans, this instantly transforms the issue from must-read into must-own territory. This isn't just another side comic. It feels like a celebration of the show's legacy and the trio that helped define its best years. And honestly, the timing is brilliant. The Supernatural fandom has remained one of the most passionate TV fandoms even years after the finale. Online communities are still deeply active, and Castiel remains one of the most beloved characters in the series, with fans constantly revisiting his best moments, favorite speeches, and iconic scenes with Dean. Community excitement around Castiel-related collectibles and returns has remained incredibly strong. That's why this comic special matters more than people might initially think. It's proof that Supernatural as a franchise still understands exactly what fans want: emotional nostalgia, monster hunting, brotherly banter, and Castiel's chaotic angel energy. For your audience, the best emotional hook is the idea that this feels like the Supernatural reunion fans never stopped asking for. Even though it's a comic and not a live-action revival, the emotional effect is nearly the same. Fans get new official content featuring the three characters whose chemistry helped turn Supernatural into a global phenomenon. And this could honestly be bigger than just one special. If this comic performs well, there's a real chance Dynamite leans harder into future Castiel-focused specials, alternate timeline stories, or even larger crossover arcs with Dean and Sam in later seasons' eras. That possibility alone creates a massive speculation angle for your video. You can push the idea that this may be testing fan demand for bigger Supernatural returns. Because if Castiel's first comic debut becomes a success, it proves there is still enormous appetite for stories centered around the Angel and the Winchesters. For longtime fans, this is exactly why the news hits so hard emotionally. It's not just about another hunt. It's about revisiting a feeling. The feeling of hearing trenchcoat footsteps before Castiel suddenly appears. The feeling of Dean's exhausted reaction. The feeling of Sam trying to piece together the supernatural logic. The feeling of a monster case spiraling into something bigger than expected. This comic seems built to recreate that exact atmosphere.